Well, good morning. Always believe your lying eyes. One of the most interesting things that we do at the butcher shop is criminal investigation. Writing op-ed is all very fine, and analyzing political intrigue is entertaining, although it is highly speculative. But criminal investigations will keep you up nights trying to figure out the wheres and wherefores of acts committed by the dregs of society, and sometimes even the cream of it. Brother Theo and I, hop along writing and debating political issues, but ever so often a case, cold or otherwise, will find its way to our attention. Most of the time, the reason for this is police incompetence. You see, police are bound by what they've learned in cop school. Certain rules bind their hands and it binds their mind and give us these ridiculous theories that make us put our tinfoil hats on and head for the grassy knoll. This is the number one reason that the butcher shop ends up with these stories that pop up seemingly out of nowhere. If you ever want to make a gumshoe mad, just tell them that their ironclad case that they just sent to the DA has more holes in it than a spaghetti stringer. Okay? That'll get you every time. You're really fighting an uphill battle. He has the power, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the DA is crazier than he is. Common sense doesn't apply here. He has DNA, fingerprints, witnesses, credible or otherwise, and he has a gun. Nowhere does he have good, honest police work, discernment, or plain old common sense because he's got police training. Police training works like this. Wife goes missing. Husband did it. Husband dead in the bed. Wife did it. Black guy flips the cop off. Cop thought the black finger was a barrel of a gun and he was in fear for his life. The deck is stacked against John Q. Public. When a police interrogator can lie like a Persian rug to you, but if you return the favor, it's a crime. Just try to stroll by a little boy in the park and shoot him because he's waving a BB gun around. You'll never make bail, but if a cop does the same thing, he gets time off with pay. It's called administrative leave. And while you will be dragged immediately into that little room and grilled like a cheese sandwich, Officer O'Rourke gets anywhere from 24 hours to a month to get his story straight before making any statement to the investigator, who, by the way, most likely works for the same department as he does. This is called a cooling off period. All of this is blessed by the fraternal order of police on the job to make sure that nasty old Constitution doesn't get in the way of good, solid police work. Can I have an amen? I feel so served and protected. So, as Hyman Roth said, this is the business we've chosen. When you're doing conspiracy investigations, you're in a casino betting against the house. And then there's the legalese. If the police use the word conspiracy, it's a crime actually defined under the RICO Act, but if you use it, you're going to look like a nut. How was it that Trump's lawyer Giuliani put it? Oh yeah, truth is not the truth. On what planet does that make sense? Kolob? But we have to play the hard cards that we're dealt. We just always have to play the cards we're dealt. As an excellent example is the murder of Jean-Benet Ramsey. On Christmas morning, little girl goes missing. Mother calls the cops. All Twitter. And soon the home is filled with cops, CSI, and every neighbor within earshot corrupting the crime scene. After an extensive search, the girl is found dead in the basement, knocked in the head with a garrote around her neck. Oh, and a rather extensive ransom note, not is very clearly in evidence too. Okay. More fingerprints than those on a stripper's G-string on a Saturday night. Mom and Dad immediately come under suspicion. I guess it's lucky the 5-year-old wasn't found dead in the bed, or they would have been looking for a husband. The running discourse of the events of the previous 24 hours was that the girl did a tap dance at the local mall. Family came home preparing for a flight the next day, all retired. Father seeing little girl to bed. And when she wasn't there the next morning, he went looking. The original theory was that the parents got up in the middle of the night and just decided to kill their little beauty queen because she peed the bed. After years of tit and tat, the DA finally abandoned this idea, issuing an apology to the Ramseys, announcing that the intruder had followed the family home from the mall, slipped in through a basement window, crept silently upstairs, scooped up the little girl, carried her unscreaming to the basement, and killed her. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Okay. Anyway, the autopsy results produced no semen or penetration, although some sort of sexual assault could not be ruled out. Oh, and pineapple was found in her stomach, and a bowl of the same was found in the kitchen with a spoon in it, although the mother stated that she didn't remember making anything like that on the previous night. Time and tears went by, and the case got colder and colder. Brother Theo and I decided to take this on. I must admit it was formidable. It took us 2 whole days and a bottle of single malt scotch to get to the bottom of it. It seems that the 9-year-old brother took issues with his sister's notoriety. 2 interesting things were found by the police. One, in spite of the intruder coming in through the broken window hypothesis, the police did not find any evidence of forced entry, and they admitted this. But they were highly entertained by the ransom note. Now, supposedly this marauder come in and he kills a little girl, but he leaves a rambling ransom note on the kitchen table of approximately 3 pages, with no fingerprints. Okay. So, who killed Jean Bonnet? Okay. Family comes home, easy day, nice afternoon, all prepared for the big day tomorrow. After retiring, the little girl creeps downstairs to slip some crushed pineapple. Big brother comes upon her, and in a fit because he knows she's supposed to be in bed where Daddy put her, he hits her in the head, just like he did the previous year, only this time a bit too hard. Mommy and Daddy hear the commotion and come down, and Jean Bonnet is dead. Now, it's easy to judge, it's easy to condemn, but you have to understand the emotional fog that these people were under. The 9-year-old had just killed his 6-year-old sister. Okay? If that's not a bag of howling cats, I'm not a white boy from Austin. So what do they do? While Mommy composes the ransom note, which makes absolutely no sense at all, Daddy takes his little girl to the basement and stages a crime scene. Remember, there was no credible evidence of sexual assault. Well, of course there wasn't. Mr. Ramsey, although having to perform these actions, couldn't bring himself to do that. He was not a murderer. He had just lost his little girl, and he was trying to save his son. Okay. While our theory was only one of dozens, consider this. Which idea is more viable? A fat pervert slips in through a broken window, finds his way to the bedroom, walking past all the other bedrooms, zaps the girl with a stun gun, takes her to the basement, knocks her in the head, chokes her, and then leaves through the same broken window he came in through. Oh, by the way, he forgot to rape her on the way out. If you believe that, have I got a bridge for you, and it's on sale. Of course, years later, other DNA was happened upon. Let's see. Dad supposedly finds daughter dead in the basement. He brings her upstairs. He hands her off to some cop. Neighbors, cops, CSI, and the pizza delivery boy are all over the place. Dog might have even licked her in the face. I guess we're lucky the dog wasn't brought in for questioning. So, was it Chester the molester? Or 2 siblings getting into an altercation over a bowl of pineapple, and Big Brother hits the sissy just a little too hard? Dr. Phil had the brother on his show years later, and as Phil zeroed in on the brother, he began to fall apart. To his credit, Dr. Phil backed off. What good would it do? The kid was 9 years old. He made a mistake. Confession wouldn't bring his sister back, and he could never be prosecuted. He has to reconcile with the ghost of Jean Bonnet by himself. Some things are better left alone. The handling of the Ramsey case shows the problems that we face today in our society. We live in a world where the authorities tell us what to believe or else. They are the masters. They are the prophets. They create the reality in which we must accept or risk being ridiculed, or perhaps even worse. Our opinions don't matter. We must accept. We must conform. We must pay, pray, and obey. John F. Kennedy was killed by a lone warehouseman with 3 shots. A drunken gambler sprayed bullets all over the Las Vegas Strip because he had a bad night at the table. And whales speak at the bottom of the sea. So who are you going to believe? That or your lying eyes? This is the world that we find ourselves in. This is the world that the general public looks at people like us and they think we're either nuts or we have an agenda or whatever. This is the world we've got to accept and work with. This is the world we have to band together. I want to thank all of you for the warm welcome I've got. It was really heartwarming. God bless every one of you. I will do my best to live up to your expectations. I will do my best to give you entertaining information, make you think. Okay? I'll do my best to be one of you. So until later, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, God bless you.